Just close your eyes, try not to scream. The night has come, it's Halloween.
Hello hunters, and welcome to another one of my build videos, this time featuring Pete, who was one of our most involved builds for the 2013 haunt. He started out as a little concept drawing I found in a book for a character that was proposed for the Pirates of the Caribbean. Never got built, never got used, and my goal was to see how close we could get to a theme park character and bring Pete to life. This is how he started out. I started building him up with 1-inch PVC and the adjustable joints from Spider Hill Prop Works so that I could get the proportions right and figure out his stance and all the angles for the cuts the steel would require to put together. You can see he's not standing just straight up and down, wanted to add some character to him. So it's a lot easier to make the mistakes here and get everything right here than when you're cutting and welding. So once I got that done, I started cutting steel and welding and grinding. Pete was constructed out of 3/4-inch steel stock, except for his upper arms, which are aluminum. That's the portion that'll be opening and closing once we get to that stage. So here he is. The basic frame is all built. We're starting to check out the pneumatic cylinders, some of the placement, adjust the arms a little bit. Those hinges are adjustable. And he's attached to that wood base with bolts, so I can remove that if I need to dress him or to store him. So here's the electronics package mounted on that piece of plywood. He uses 3 of my custom boards that I designed and built. You can see the 2 pneumatic valves there on the bottom and the speakers up in his upper chest, because he will be talking and using a custom audio track that Pat Dead Things recorded from the script I wrote, and just did a great job. So Bobzilla was the one that was responsible for taking that Limburg skull and sculpting it to match our character. So here you get an idea as the skull progresses along the sculpting process and coming along into the painting process, and he's starting to take life here, all the way to when we add the hair and the mustache and the beard. And I think Bobzilla just did a great job, just really nailed this character. So our first power-up test, when the skull was about half completed here, we were testing the weight of it to see how the servos I was using were going to act and if they were going to be strong enough. You can see quite a jumble of wires and air lines there, all that are required to run all the different movements in him. We have 2 pneumatic cylinders and 4 servos running him. So you see the pneumatic valves there on the bottom and the boards. I did run those air lines from the exhaust back down his leg and into the box he was standing on to help muffle the sound, in addition to having mufflers on the end of those exhaust lines. Really wanted to see how much I could quiet down the sounds of the pneumatics, and that worked out really well to do that. He's attached that board so I can disconnect him to help dress him or store him if I need to. And once the head was completed, we put him all together and started working on the costume and started trying to nail down the arm placements, how we'd adjust those hinges and the arms so that they would open properly and out to the extent that we wanted. The biggest problem here was trying to get the arms to work well with the costume, and so that the costume would open up and close and look good without wrinkles. Now, our costume went through several different concepts. We changed it at least 3 times. This was the very first one we started with to start to get an idea of the concept and what we wanted in his costume. And once the costume was totally completed, Bobzilla took it and distressed it and dirtied it up so that Pete did not look like he just came out of the clothing store wearing a brand new set of clothes. It really added a lot of realism to him when we got him all distressed, and he really started to look like a dirty old pirate selling his wares. So one concern I had with his arms opening like that is that my guests at my parties can walk right up to him, and I was afraid somebody would get hit in the head. So I built this box so Pete could kind of look down and be up above the guests, wouldn't have to worry about him hitting anybody, and it was a great place to hide the 11-gallon air tank, which provided the air for him for one night. So here he was, all complete. We've got all the parts completed, the head, the audio track we're testing out for the first time here. All the jewels are added to his completed costume, which has now been fully distressed. The hands and the feet have been painted to match the head. And we were real happy with how the costume finally went together with the rest of his workings. So I'll finish up the video here with a clip of the entire scene. You'll get to hear him and see him with some lighting on him at the party. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you get started on your builds for 2014, and have a happy Halloween.
Avast there, mates. Look here, I can get it for ye wholesale. The captain's away, mates. Special discounts today. Guaranteed only from the finest homes. And you never pay retail at Canto I mean honest Pete's. You look like a generous lad. Why don't ye get something for that fine-looking lassie? Perhaps something from the bargain basement. Low overhead, mates. Everyone's a steal. Keeps the prices down and the values up. Who'll give me 20 doubloons for these earrings? 10 doubloons for a golden necklace? 5 doubloons for the whole store.